It's rookie camp season, and today we're looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we're getting our first look at Emeka Egbuka. We're going to watch him work through some drills, catch some balls, run some routes, and everything else. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at the rookie camp clips, seeing what these rookies are doing behind the scenes. Soon it's minicamp and OTAs. We're going to look at what your veterans are doing behind the scenes, and then after that, a little ways down the road is training camp. You want to know what your players are doing behind the scenes? It'll be right here. Click that button, stop missing out. We're looking at Emeka Egbuka today. 32 seconds of clips. Let's run it. We'll loop it and keep talking ball, but there we are down there. He's number 9. He's on the back of that play. Here's another one, cinematic footage right there. Nice catch. Nice catch. Here we go. Looking thick. Thick wide receiver. You can put him in the slots. He's a very technical route runner. We saw that at Ohio State. We saw that coming out of high school even. 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Had a good career out of Ohio State. Could have went out in last year's draft. A lot of sites had him pegged as a first rounder in last year's draft. But we stayed. We got that natty. And we're first rounder this year. First rounder this year going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's some veterans there on the roster. So when it comes to pure production, it's going to take some time for him to ramp up and develop. But we know how this works. In like 2 to 3 years, the roster's probably going to be looking a little different. He's probably going to be getting more opportunity. Kind of like how Jackson Smith-Njigba went to Seattle in the first round, and everybody looked at that with DK Metcalf and Lockett. They looked at the competition and everything. They were wondering, how's that going to work out? And then a year and a half or so later, he starts balling a bit, and now all those wide receivers are gone. That's just how it is in the NFL. 2 years comes at you fast. It does. But this is a guy that can be implemented on the field. He can take reps on the field, get some snaps out of the slot. He can be moved around. He's very technical. A very smart kid. He came to my hometown for a festival because I'm not far from Ohio State. It was for a Christian meeting, and some of the papers in our area got to interview him. I got to talk to the people that did interview him, and they just talked about how good of a kid he is, how mature he is, well beyond his years, and you can just see how he carries himself. Just listen to him in interviews. Very thick, though. Thick wide receiver. You can be a power slot wide receiver plus more. That is what you're looking at here. You're looking at a guy that's going to be nasty after the catch. Hard to bring down. But how you look at this offense, you got McMillan last year. He turned heads, especially in training camp. Evans, Godwin. You got a lot of talent in the passing game. This is a huge get for Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield won the draft. You got a good talent here. Now, if you're looking at this for fantasy football, redraft, this is a big lottery ticket. And we'll talk about lottery tickets with that You Need series that I always do. And the You Need series, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to prefer the young running backs like I do every year. That should just be something you should come accustomed to. For Dynasty, this is a wide receiver that if you rather prefer to pound running back, but you're still intrigued, you could probably still have your cake and eat it too if you pound running back and maybe try to buy in middle of the year if we're having a rookie ramp up, which if you just look at what's on the roster, there's a good chance for that. It's still a gamble. He could end up on the field more than expected, might exceed expectations. That could potentially happen, but maybe you catch him at a discount. Maybe you catch him with a player that's overly productive or an older asset that you got to come off of because you're middle of the pack, back into the pack come October. He's not on the field that much, and now you're trying to get him and you add that vet in a pick or whatever. That's just something creative. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm saying, hey, you like Egbuka, but you also like Harvey. You rather get Harvey, you rather get Johnson, you rather get whatever running back, you just name it. You could definitely swing it in that way and try to do that. And if you can't get that to work, then maybe one of the tight ends that were drafted in the first round, because tight ends usually take a little bit of time to show production. Maybe one of those that aren't being productive yet. If you're looking for a delayed asset, maybe that's a new term, a delayed asset. Considering there's competition in this offense, his role could make him a delayed asset in Dynasty Fantasy Football. Just created that term. He's a delayed asset potentially that you could go after and strategize around. So if you like him, there's another way you can do it. You don't have to draft the players now. You can prepare to trade for them later on down the road during the rookie ramp up. And there's a good chance and good probability there is a rookie ramp up. Why do we like him? He's a technical, crisp route runner, good head on his shoulders, got some good quarterback that pushes it downfield. You got older wide receivers on the depth charts. You know the dynasty game is longer than 1 year, so you're playing the long game with him. He could exceed expectations this year. He's a thicker wide receiver, tougher to tackle after the catch. There's some good things. Why would you not like him? Because of the roster, really. Because you don't like what's on there. You want something more for the now. It's a tough running back class. You'd rather pivot to that. I'm pivoting heavy to the running back class, and I told you I was going to be all in on the running back class. But I can also say this, that when it comes to some of these delayed assets, I'm also thinking ahead, looking at my roster, saying, hey, if this happens, then I'm going after this target, this target, this target. Emeka Egbuka is in line for something like that. When I'm talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans who are watching this channel, you got a good wide receiver. Baker Mayfield's got another target. He's going to create separation, and he's going to develop. He's got a good head on his shoulders. You're adding to the passing game here, and you got some aged wide receivers on the roster too, where if Father Time starts stepping in, you're going to be okay. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Well, thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.